Good afternoon, folks. It is 9th of March 2024. I've actually just finished an Ekphrastic recording for last month's challenge, doing the music, so check that out. I'm quite pleased with that for the sharp parents of a round child. But anyway, let's get back to this. So was it last time that, or was it the time, or one other time before, where I've gone from Oumuamua's children tried to send a message, which was my initial idea, all the way back from those first ideas that I had. And then I went on a second version, which I feel stands as a different poem. Which one I'm going to use? I'm going to use both, I think, but I think for today, let's focus on that second one, and maybe I'll go back to the other one as well. Okay. So, just like before, I want to keep the drafts. Well, I said it like that. But anyway, they made the border from our stones and their air. Our, their stones and our air. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know. It could work either way, symbolically. Whether to keep one side out or the other in, the sound of slow trucks and falling feet echoed across the empty dunes. They started with an idea. You do not belong. Then every syllable of that was cut from rock and placed in a row, unintelligible. Next came the tightening. Air was sucked from lungs and solidified. Right, it's that bit there that makes sense with the title now. A mesh was made from skin caught on jagged edges. Our own eyes were plucked and made sentries. Our own mouths were clamped shut. Our own feet evened out the broken glass. Finally, the rhetoric was refined into a paste spread into a plaster. That makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? Spread by tiny hands across the south-facing side until nothing of the land was scalable. Opening day, a ribbon made of sand was tied and snapped in two by just looking at it. As the days went by, all seemed to go to plan. No one could slip through, could they? How can you arrive on the same shore you are on? But we did. We saw a light leaking through their stones and our air. We ran towards it, our bodies heavy with hope. I mean, I think that's quite tight, if I was honest. As a poem, it's tinkering now, isn't it? They made the border from their stones and our air. Whether to keep one side out or the other in, the sound of slow trucks and falling feet echoed across the empty dunes. They started with an idea. You do not belong. You do not belong. Then every syllable of that was cut from rock. Cut. Was gathered. Was cut. Sand, I think. Sand. I don't want rock and sand, do I? Rock and stone. So what's the difference? Scripture. Placed in a row, unintelligible. Next came the tightening. The air was sucked from lungs and solidified. Breath. Breath was sucked from lungs and solidified. A mesh was made from skin caught on jagged edges. Our own eyes were plucked and made sentries, our own mouths were clamped shut, our own feet evened out the broken glass. Finally, the rhetoric was refined into a plaster. Into plaster. Is that the right word? Spread by tiny hands across south-facing side until nothing of the land was left scalable. Opening day, a ribbon made of sand was tied and snapped in two by just looking at it. As the days went by, all seemed to go to plan. Nobody could slip through, could they? How can you arrive on the same shore you're on? But we did. We saw a light, leaking between their stones and our air, and we ran towards it, our bodies heavy with hope. Is this going to be short and sweet? I don't know. Why don't I go back to Muamwa's children try to send a message? Yeah, why not? See how that reads. 2 for 1, folks. How about that? Muamwa's children tried to send a Muamwa's children try to send a message. They land softly, soft as air on air. Some parallels there, which is interesting. They're because it's from the same picture, isn't it? They're taking all the time it took for time and stars to form. The care they place in placing themselves binds them to our skies. They hover in, above, below, around it all. The grains of sand ripple and play, the wind gentle against their frictionless forms. The moisture and the clouds move to an audience, streaking their shapes just enough to be of symbolic use. Shadows spread like old monoliths placed near new monoliths, reaching out to our collective imaginations. From their auras emerge reflections of the micro discarded into the macro. A microscope on the synthetic specks in our water, umbilical cords carrying congealing flakes, the sea choking on malleable rims, the trees coughing into themselves. A sheen is placed on these by the small gods that glitter in the smogged air. And as the news was read on screens, as photos were clicked and shared, as shaky videos were shot and double-tapped half the world away, they launch into a final plea. We are here because we are worried and want to know how you are and if we can help. It's fine. I don't think it's as strong as the border poem is my straight instinct. But I mean, it's serviceable as a poem. It's fine. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll maybe do another run through. Maybe I should challenge myself and write a third poem based on it. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. That should be breath, shouldn't it? With the idiot. Sucked from lungs. Get rid of the wases, can't I? Make it breath sucked from the lungs and solidified. Mesh made. A mesh made from skin caught on jagged edges. I don't know if I like that. Uh, mesh made. Sucked Okay. Oh, no, I was going to go, wasn't I? Yeah. All right, done. Two for one. See you later, folks.